What's up, everybody? This is Struggle Bear coming back with you for another review of Queen Sugar, episode season 1, episode 6. Excuse me. This episode is called As Promised. I like to say this from the beginning. If you're just coming to watch my channel, excuse me, all this coughing. Um, please watch my review. I need subscribers. I'm growing. I know the lighting and all that is not as professional as everybody might want it to be, but I'm giving you what I got. I'm trying to give as good as reviews as I can. Getting good feedback from my subscribers that I do have. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate y'all saying I'm doing a good job. I'm improving. I'm trying to give y'all even better. Recaps. This is a learning process. This is not as easy as it seems. And I remember I sit back and I would look at these blogs and see the YouTubers doing their recaps, and I was like, oh, I can do that. It is not as easy as it seems. It really is not. It's getting easier for me. But y'all, let's get into this review. It's a very good review. It's a very good show. I love this show. Queen Sugar. I don't see too many shows that I get emotional on. And normally it's about the dumb ratchetness or something stupid or something dumb that this does not make any sense when the shows that I watch. And I call it out and I get frustrated by it because like the Love and Hip Hops and the Basketball Wives, they do dumb shit and it makes me mad. But this show actually touches me in the storylines. And the show is something that is plausible. You can actually see that this stuff is happening. It's not all left field and like, oh, that doesn't happen in real life, or oh, this doesn't happen in real life. It's actually something that could be a possibility. So it starts off with Nova being interviewed by a radio station. And she's there with her little sidekick or whatever. They both, trying to, bring awareness to how blacks are being treated. Now, I'm gonna cut to the chase. Because first of all, we're gonna get to the point of what the interview was about. But old girl, I think she has a crush on Nova because she was being just a little bit too frenzy, and too low. What's the name? And I got that little vibe, but she wants to do a little clickety, 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 clickety. And you know what that motherfucker goddamn mean? I picked up on that vibe right then, but I didn't pick on up to it when she was leaving the studio. But you know what they was talking about Nova about her article that she wrote about the injustice of Too Sweet and how he's being treated and how so many blacks are sitting there being arrested and how the system in Louisiana is crooked because they're padding everybody's making money. The cops are they're getting their budget because they're arresting these people, and then the prisons are getting their money because they're incarcerating these people. It's all a big sham so that everybody's pockets can get padded from all sides. And she exposed it. She done already lost her white boyfriend behind it, and everybody's talking about it. So it started off with the interview about that, but then they wanted to take a left and start talking about, oh, well, you Charlie West's sister. And then they bring up about the prostitute and all that other stuff. And she said, I'm not here for all that. See, now Charlie's just running back to Aunt Vi's house because Aunt Vi's listening to the interview and she's sitting there and she's saying, I'm good and over. She's deflecting that and getting back to what her reason for being on there is. And Charlie comes up in there and she was sitting there, I'm hearing them like real Nova. But Charlie is so motherfucking worried about what people gonna think about West and her. Bitch, first of all, Charlie, you seen your husband pick up the broad and carry her into the motherfucking goddamn room. But we're gonna get to that later on in the episode, y'all, because woo, everything I thought with that was just went left. I had him as automatic. He was carrying her in the motherfucking goddamn room. He was motherfucking guilty bottom line. And then old girl at the end of the last episode told Charlie, pay me motherfucking $3 million, bitch, and this can go away. Other than that, bitch, I'm not even fucking with you. Get out of my motherfucking face. $500,000 is an insult. But see, when they kept on riding over and over, it's like, let's get back to the subject of what we're here for. We're here for Too Sweet. I'm not trying to talk about my sister and her issue with Davis West. And they say, okay. And then they started, say a little comment. You know how they do on like the Breakfast Club or whatever. They get all off track or whatever, talk about, but did you see that bitch? And then it's like, well, what do you expect? You coming up in the room? I mean, she knew what was going on, and so then you know, Miss Black, she ain't black power, then she woman power. She said, why is it that when a woman sits there that she's making shit up when she's raped? Now Charlie's sitting there talking about she's calling that because Nova said the victim that she was claiming that the girl who accusing Davis is a victim, and she said, and this motherfucking so-called victim is trying to get $3 million. Well, bitch, she told you no money at first, bitch. And then she came back and said, okay, well, if I'm going to do this, I want $3 million motherfucking dollars. That doesn't mean that she's not the victim, Charlie. And Charlie, you must get your head out your motherfucking ass thinking that Davis is just this innocent motherfucking person. So she's hot with Nova, but Nova don't know it yet. And Nova gets a call from Too Sweet. And that's what I'm saying, yo. When I'm saying emotions become heavy with me, and I really, and when I'm sitting there seeing him going through what he's going through, and the fact that it's off for something that's so petty, and he's a minor, even though he's 17, and you know, at 17 you're going to be charged as an adult. But still, it was his charge ain't. I mean, he wasn't doing no whole bunch of weight or nothing like that. It was something that could be just a little misdemeanor. But they got him up in that motherfucker, and he got his ass beat. Was in the hospital in a coma. Went through surgeries. Got a split right here on his face, and he's down and out. And she don't have no good news to tell him. And she wants to sit there and keep on telling him, well, just hold on, and I'm gonna get you up out of there, bitch. You are not getting nobody the fuck up out of there right now because. You don't have no means to. You can't even get him a fucking attorney, and he can't get no bail until he has an attorney. Now, later on down in the episode, I'm gonna get to that point, but I mean, I'm gonna go piece by piece. I'm not gonna skip all the way to the end to give y'all what's going on. So now we got Ralph Angel. Remy is Ralph Angel. Remy's doing something in the backyard. No. Ralph Angel, no. Blue was up on the tractor. And Vi is taking, because Vi tried to calm down Charlie, saying, look, Remy's coming over, he's going to bring whatever the name, the guy's name back over. I want to say Proctor, but that's not what his name is. It might be Proctor. The farm manager that quit on her because she was being her loosey-goosey and thinking she was running things at that auction. He was like, look, you don't want to listen to nobody. I don't got time for you. I'm done. I'm out. I love your father, but I ain't in this because you ain't even paying attention to what I'm fucking saying. You went against me, and I told you not to do it, and you went ahead and did it anyway. And she did. She went totally against it. She said, and Nova's going to come, Ralph Angel's going to be here, and, you know, and Remy's going to be here, and you just got to make nice with this man because he's the only farm manager we're going to be able to have. So, Vi comes over to the house to pick up Blue because she said, well, me and Blue going to go to church this morning. Why don't you go with me? She said, no, I got some personal business I got to take care of, and I got to see my accountant and all this other stuff. She said, and, you know, I got to take care of some personal stuff with Davis. She said, okay. So she goes to pick up Blue. I like me some Blue, y'all. Blue is just as innocent as he can fucking be. I really like that little boy for real. And he up on the tractor. He said, Daddy, we're not going to be able to drive this tractor. He said, when you grow up, he said, well, I did my first time when I was 12. He said, 12? That's too young. He said, in due time, son, in due time. And Vi comes. And so he was like, here, Vi. Thank you for taking him to Mass. And here, won't y'all have brunch on me? He gave her this money. She said, oh, where you coming to some money from? He said, I'm a working man, Vi. Now, last week I told y'all he had something in that bag and I didn't know what it was. And I hope he wasn't going to go along with it. But what was in that bag was some cell phones. And I guess he moved them cell phones to make some motherfucking goddamn money. So he shows up to the J.O.B. You got to have a J.O.B. if you want to be with me. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J.O.B. if you want to be with me. Anyway, That was just came into my mind, because I said JLP and I had to think that. I had to go back. But anyway, he's at the JLP. And the old flunky little light skinned dude that sold him that motherfucking badass motherfucking goddamn sugar cane seed, that $15,000 worth of shit, which he said, oh, they're my cousins, but they're not my cousin. You know how we say we cousin, and they got you, and I can't help it, dog. I was just trying to do you a favor. And then he tried to introduce him into that, and Ralph Angel told him he wasn't interested, but he put that book bag with them cell phones in it anyway. And so Ralph Angel sit there and went ahead and went with it and said, okay, now we even, motherfucker. I did that for you. I made up some money that I need to make up from that sugar cane. I'm out. He said, no, nigga, you in. He said, the moment you took them motherfucking cell phones, you in, you don't really even get it. So we gonna drop some shit off at your motherfucking house. Matter of fact, we gonna stash it at your farm. On your farm. Now, these motherfuckers already stashed the shit in his motherfucking locker and he didn't motherfucking know it. And then, once they got Proctor on, okay, that's later on down the line. So, Remy meets up with Charlie meets up with Remy, and Remy's like, look. She said, what's going on with us getting some more seed? He said, the people that sit there and sold out already, I mean, pretty much sold out, all the people that connects I have, and he said, you only got two options. Either one, go across state lines, but and that's going to take a couple weeks before you going to be able to get it, and you need to get this shit in the ground and get this stuff started right now. Or two, you can use my seeds. Well, Remy turns out to be the motherfucker of the motherfucker. If y'all remember Medea's Christmas or whatever, and the motherfucker was doing that, coming up with that chemical way to do corn. Well, he's doing the same thing with sugar cane. And he has his patents and all that stuff already mapped out, but none of the farmers want to give him a chance. But he's willing to do it for Charlie. She really don't have no motherfucking other choice but to take his offer up. But he's not going to charge her for it at all. He just needs to be able to have this tested for real. And if it is, he going to blow the fuck up. So if he has to give it to her for free, that's what he wants. That's him being able to prove that this works. Then next year he can do their harvest, and he can do the harvest for other people, but he can be able to make money too. So this is his way of sitting there giving a sample. Charlie's down for it, okay? Well, she should be. So now they get ready to have a meeting with Proctor. Now, first of all, at the end of that radio station meeting, I was telling you about that girl. That girl was all up and over this motherfucking grill, y'all. I already know about it. Y'all already know how I felt about that. And Ralph Angel's trying to do the right motherfucking goddamn thing. Now, so they already had the meeting with Proctor about being the farm manager. And Remy shows up a little early. She said, "You always come early." He said, "Yeah, that's home. How I was brought up." He said, "Plus, I need to talk to you so I can just give you a few pointers on how you gonna deal with Proctor." And she said, "Pointers? Like, Miss, there you go, bitch. You don't know everything, Charlie. You don't know everything at all, bitch. You don't know everything." But she's got that mentality that she thinks she know everything. So he was like, "Look, you gotta look that man in the eye. Don't have your head down. Don't be on no cell phone. None of that motherfucking bullshit." So they sit in the table, because you know how down in the country you go sit at the table and everybody gonna have their bowls for their salad. They gonna have their plates and they gonna have all that going around the table. And they waiting on Proctor. Then Nova gets there. "Hey, Nova," and Charlie got an attitude. And she said, "I can't believe you sit there and took that girl aside and talk about how she was the victim." And she said, "Look, I just was sitting there saying they want to sit there and say all women who are raped don't want to come forward because they always try to make them out like they're the bad person. And they're not." She said, "She's not. If you think she's a victim, why would she ask for $3 million so we don't have to go to trial?" And then Vi said, "Well, that's some expensive ass." And Proctor was standing right there at the doorway. He's seeing all this motherfucking drama in the motherfucking family. So they sit down, they have dinner. And he said, "Vi, that sure was on me. Since Sarah done died, or whatever his wife's name, I'm going to go with Sarah. I ain't had too many men. Remy, you know what I'm talking about. Because I know Remy was married before, but I didn't know Remy lost his wife. Charlie got that look like, oh, I didn't know. But she didn't sit there and say anything. He said, look, I love Ernest. Ernest was a very good man. And I want to be your sparring manager, but I don't think your heart is in it. And if y'all talking about, I'm hearing you saying that you just gonna get this harvest up for this 1 year and then you gonna sell it. He said, I'm not in for that. I'm not on, and there's no hit and run. Either y'all gonna be in this or y'all motherfucking not gonna be in this. And so kind of explaining. He's like, look, so y'all going, this is gonna take a whole bunch of work, and y'all all gonna have to get y'all's hands motherfucking goddamn dirt. So Charlie said, I'm in. And so, Nova nodded her head like she was, and of course, Ralph Angel, he down for it anyway, because he wanted to keep his daddy farm going anyway, so you don't got to ask him if he's down for that. So Charlie and him shook hands. So the next day, all these workers was coming out so they can get that field together, and they're starting to plant the seeds all over there. But sugarcane, you got to do it by hand. So they all out in the field doing whatever they doing. And Remy said, before they go in, Remy said, you got any extra shovels, Ralph Angel? He said, yeah, in the shed. And Remy Gary go over there. He said, wait, hold on, Remy. It's locked up. I'll go ahead and get him. And I said, well, what in the fuck is the shed doing locked up and y'all out in the motherfucking goddamn country, Ralph Angel? And I knew when old dude from the job said he was going to drop that shit off, he dropped that shit off. And it was underneath a little tarp. And he seen that and he got the shovel and came out. And he by missing a motherfucking thing. She said, I don't remember no lock being on that shit. He said, well, everybody, with all this new equipment we got, we can't take no chances. And so he just brushed it on off. Can you take Blue to school? She said, sure, I take him to school. And she looking at that shed like, There's something ain't motherfucking right with that motherfucking goddamn shed. So Ralph Angel, now see the reason why Charlie's sitting there telling Remy, she said, I'm not going to be here tomorrow because I got to go back to Los Angeles because we got to take care of some personal business, and Davis and Michael are getting ready to come in town today. But Davis and Michael come in town and they get there when they're all coming back for lunch. And so cooking up the storm for all the workers or whatever with some hot links and some different barbecues and in there. And she's getting ready for the people who are working. And Remy is walking back with Charlie, and Davis is sitting on the. Remy said, "Well, can you tell Charlie I'm here?" She said, "I said they're on their way here for lunch." Giving him not motherfucking in. So he's sitting on the porch, and he see Charlie coming. Because Mike had went in to wash his hands because he Gary get some what's name. So he see Charlie come. Before then, he sees Charlie walking up. So he runs to his mama and mama runs to him. She said, "Hey, baby," and then she come up on. So Remy's sitting there standing there still talking to her, and everybody else is gone up in the house. And then so Charlie introduces Remy to Davis, and there's a nice to meet you, man. So Remy said, well, let me go in here and get these hot links before they go. She said, okay. And he said, well, how you get so close with him? See one of your regular farmers? She said, no, he's not a farmer. He's an engineer. Plus, he's a professor. And so Davis is feeling some type of motherfucking goddamn way. And so he's sitting on the porch while they're having dinner. She said, I'm gonna get cleaned up, and we can get ready to go. But they gotta go meet that woman for the settlement of the $3 million. So Nova comes out. She's what's her name? He said, "Hey Nova, how you doing? I read Michael showed me your article. It was a good article. Especially and I know how it is. With all the scandal going on with me right now, being a black man, and they want to just keep my name in the papers." She said, "Davis." She said, okay. She said, "How'd you get here, Davis?" He said, "My jet." He said, "Well, your private jet?" She said, "Yeah." We had to. We got this. Our team got something set up so I could be able to do that. You know, all the paparazzi. It's just easy for me just to take a private jet. She said, and I bet you have it. You got your driver that drove you here. You're gonna stay at some fancy hotel, and then you're gonna sit there and go back to your fancy life. They said, and you got the nerve to compare your life with the life of Too Sweet, who cannot even afford a public defender. Nigga, please. Nigga, please stop that motherfucking goddamn bullshit. If we all could be as fortunate to be able to buy somebody's silence and our freedom, I mean, wouldn't that be nice if everybody had that kind of money? Don't even think that your situation is the same as his situation. So he's just like, I just got red, which he did. He got red. So they're in the meeting. We about to wrap this on up. So they did their. I mean, they did do their plowing and get whatever. So they haven't. I just might have skipped that part. So now they get to the meeting, and he's signing the paperwork, the $3 million. So Charlie said, "Give her the check." Talk about the attorney for the lady. Their attorney. And so she said, "Okay, but she's not going to accept this until you actually apologize." And so he said, "Okay." He said, "But can you give us a minute?" And I said, "All right, you already know there's going to be some shit with this motherfucking shit." When he said, "Give us a minute," he get ready sugarcoat it or try to pre-warn that bitch that you about to hear some motherfucking shit. And you know what we heard? I didn't even know. I mean, I knew it was gonna be some shit in the motherfucking goddamn game, but I did not know it was gonna go this far left from what I was thinking. And so he said, "Whatever. I don't know what she gonna say, but regardless, I did not rape this woman." And you wanna know something? He was right. He didn't. He incited and instigated her getting raped. So they get in the room. Everybody's sitting down at the table. And her attorney said, "Well, this, I'm gonna call her Bambi, Miss Bambi, because that's whores are always called Bambi or something like that. There's always got to be a stripper named Nikki, Bambi, uh, something like that. Wants to read a statement, and then you can be able to respond." She said, "Davis, we've been together for 3 years, and I really thought we had a relationship, and I never thought that you would do what you did to me." And she was going on to talk about how close they was, and how he came home and Micah had an asthma attack, so he had to leave, and he had told the boys they can have their way with me, and then Alex and Felix started doing it first, and then the rest of the team decided they were going to join, and they raped me. And so why did Davis sit there and say, "Well, Bambi, I never told them to give them permission to rape you"? She said, "How can you sit there and tell me that motherfucking shit after what you done said to me?" She pulls out the fucking recording. But he's like, baby, what's going on? Why are you doing this to me?" And she said, "Well, why did you sit there and tell them that they can have their way with it? Baby, you got paid. You got paid." She said, "Look, baby, I can get ass wherever I want to get ass." He said, "But I pay you good money so that you can keep your motherfucking mouth shut. You should have came to me first." And I said, "Oh, babe, this a motherfucking goddamn bitch. Charlie, I know that you can do it. She could have sold you for a penny and still got some fucking goddamn change after that motherfucking." She hearing the recording for herself. Now, first of all, the video was enough for me because the video made me think that he was there, but he was not there. He did not rape her, but he did give the green light for them to go ahead. She been paid. He threw him cash or whatever, and as far as he was concerned, she was nothing but a whore. And he was, I guess, because she was his regular whore, that she was thinking that they was in a motherfucking goddamn relationship, and that was not the case. And he came out and told her, bitch, look, I can get ass from any motherfucking way, but I decide you, and I'm giving you plenty of money, so you shouldn't have no motherfucking complaints. Just keep your motherfucking mouth shut. And so he said, well, Bambi, I'm sorry. And then before he, at the same time he says it, Charlie stands up and she said, I'm truly sorry. And I mean truly. And her and the girl, seeing that Charlie was serious, and she gave that nod like, I appreciate that. And she bounced up out of there, and I said, oh, that's a bitch. But y'all, let me tell you about, there's one part that I missed before that. That was how the episode went on. But I missed the part. Ralph Angel goes to work, and old dude said, oh, we got more shit that we got for you. We're going to have some laptops this time. He said, man, I'm out. He said, man, didn't I already tell you that you ain't motherfucking goddamn out? And he said, so Ralph Angel bugged up and pushed him up against the wall and said, I told you I'm not doing this no more. So old dude sit there and pushed him back and knocked him on the ground. And the two guys came and started grabbing him. I'm pulling him from behind with his arms back behind. And old dude was just the little light skin when they sold him the bad sugar cane, you know, one of the fucking fat little motherfucking roly poly. He just punching him right in the stomach. Then the boss gonna come. What y'all doing? Everybody scattered. He said, you better not bring none of my cell phones or y'all, it's gonna come out y'all's check. Bitch, you motherfucking dumbass motherfucking cracker. If you don't know already, or maybe you do know, these motherfuckers are getting you any motherfucking way. They don't gotta break your shit. They stealing the motherfucking shit, bitch. Dumbass motherfucking cracker showing him motherfucking goddamn 8 hours because he a convict. Nigga, it don't work like that. You motherfucking racist ass motherfucking bitch. You act like you was doing him a favor because he came in there and was honest with your motherfucking ass. Bitch, you ain't no motherfucking good. White people make me motherfucking sick. They do. That's the type of crazy ass shit they doing. He look, I can't work with this motherfucker no more. He said, look, Ralph, you get back to work or you going to, he said, look, I can't work no more and I'm not going to do it. He said, so what you going to do? You quitting? He said, no, or you going to lay my motherfucking ass off. He said, you fired. And I'm going to call your pro officer and see how he feels about this. He said, yeah, you go ahead and do it, sir. And let's see how he going to feel when you keep on short my hours. I know, I ain't much in adding, but I know that ain't going to add up. But you can lay me off, and we can just keep that between me and you, and nobody has to know. So get your shit and get up out of here. So Ralph Angel already have a plan. Charlie gonna put him on payroll for the farm or whatever. I'm hoping that's what the case is gonna be. But Ralph Angel did not back down. He did not stay. Fuck this motherfucking shit. I'm done. Well, that night, him and Blue was up in there, and the cops show up. Well, the owner's having to search all his employees' home because there's some stolen merchandise. He said he gave Blue the phone. Said call in by. He called in, so he going out there and they go through the house. There ain't shit in the house, and they go in the back and they see the shit. You got the key to the shed? I said already. Bye. You sit there and got that motherfucking shit out there. I know she did because he can't get arrested because it's too. This is only episode 6. He can't get arrested. If they found them cell phones in there, he would be violating his parole and he'd be gone. So I can read certain things into what's going to happen. So I knew those things were not going to be in there, and I knew Vi did it. And he didn't tell Vi the whole story, but the whole thing is that, and Vi came through. She got the whatever's out there, and she put them in the bottom of the bag. Now there's going to be consequences and repercussions from the old dude because they're going to be expecting their money, but we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. And another thing I did not tell you, Nova, after her Davis had their little encounter, she went in the car and transferred some money from the farm account to a Bell's Bottoms because she's going to get 2 sweets about it there. It's starting to hit her that he is right. That, he's been putting his faith in her all this time, and she can't even get him a motherfucking goddamn attorney. So she gonna use some money that she's not supposed to, and that's gonna be a backlash. But right now, I don't even care about that. So I hope y'all enjoyed this review. I wasn't going to do this one until tomorrow morning, but I decided to go ahead and do it tonight, so I can have 3 that I can just go to sleep on and let them go ahead and do what they do. and get these out to y'all because I'm so glad we had this time together. We just sing a song and have a laugh. But it seems like before we even got started, it's time to say goodbye. Peace out, y'all. Love, peace, and happiness. And don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up. I ain't gonna say thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs up. And I'll holler at y'all in the morning. Peace.